Good evening and welcome to another exciting edition of What I'm Drinking, a bi-weekly episodic thingy which goes on about what I drink. It could be alcohol, could be water, could be some weird soda, could be cake, could be chicken, but it will be something I drink during the course of the episode. As you may have noticed, I got my hair cut. It's gone. The back window is open. It's nice and cool in here since we're all going to die in 2 days. I'm not wearing any shoes, and I'm not going to say what my wife is or is not wearing at this time. We'll go on from here. We've been exploring beer, and we're going to continue exploring beer. We've been getting into the Belgians recently, which is fine and dandy, but we're going to go a little further further west and to the north a little bit, to the island, back to the one of the old country.
Don't look to me for geography help.
It's not the old country, and this is a great brewery, one of my favorite English breweries, and they've been in business as a firm since about 1845. And it's called Fuller's. Yay! It's the big reveal, and they make they have a lot of beers in their line. They make your generic basic is their London Pride, which is okay. It's a decent pale ale, but it's not my go-to from them. It's not my favorite of them, and it's not a bad beer. It's certainly well made, and nothing wrong with it. But this one I like a little bit more. It's the E.S.B, the extra special bitter. It's a pale ale. It's a little hoppier, but it's not a strong ale. It's only about just under 6%. They make a really nice cask conditioned ale, the 1845. That is extraordinary, and they make a porter that is probably one of the best porters I have ever had. So Fuller's, it's not that easy to find. It's not that inexpensive. It's not inexpensive. It's about $10-12 a 6-pack. You can find the Fuller's 1845 for around $3-4 for a 22-ounce bottle, I think, or 16 or an 18-ounce bottle. But it's those beers are well worth the price. So we're getting away from Belgium. Nothing, because you want something else. You want some spice into the mix, and so we'll go to jolly old England and have one of their finer beers. There's nothing wrong with English ale at all. Not at all. Perfectly acceptable beer, especially when you can find Fuller's E.S.B. It's really hard to find on tap in this town, which is kind of disgraceful because I think Bass is pretty mediocre, and if you spend a little more money and get this on tap, find it on tap, it's well worth seeking out. And I know it's available up at the pub in Polaris. It's a hike, and I hate going up there, but if I know they have Fuller's E.S.B on tap, that makes the aggravation of the traffic. Yes, it makes the aggravation of the traffic less. Plus, they do something that no one else in this town does, and that is half pints, which is a perfectly civilized way to drink beer. You get the 16 ounce, which is fine, that's your pint, but then they ask you for the big ass beers or the large beers, the 32 ouncers, which you just.
But that's the thing, is when you have Bud Light, you need that much just a day.
No, you don't drink 30. No one should ever drink 32 ounces of Bud Light, and if you are, you're dead to me. There, that's a fact. So they serve their beer in half pints, which is a perfectly civilized way to drink, because in Scotland you go to a pub and you order a half and half, which is a shot of whiskey and a half pint of beer, and you're set for a while. It's wonderful. It's a great way to drink, and it was only £3.10 at the Horseshoe. What more could you want out of life than a good malt whiskey, a single malt, mind you, and a half pint of their session lager or their session ale? It's beautiful. So anyway, let's pour this now. And you got a nice amber color to it, and this is a perfectly wonderful beer. Would you like some, Scottish wife?
Yes,
Of course she would. Of course she would.
Neil.
My son is going a little nuts on the computer, having a good time. There's my beer, which we're just serving a wine glass, because I have pint glasses, but if you're serving 6 ounces in a pint glass, it looks kind of lame, you know? I mean, you can smell the wonderful hops, maybe some Fuggles. I have no idea what hops are in here. I used to know, but that was when I was a real stupid geek.
A hopist.
A hopist. There's some real nice malts, a little bit of citrus, and
7th Advent hopist.
and I left the bottle out for a few minutes because it was in the refrigerator. You serve around 60, 65 degrees, maybe a little cooler. And
the smell
it's a nice aromatics. Yeah, it's a beautiful beer.
It's almost like verging on there's some fruit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of fruit it
There's
is.
some citrus in there. Mm-hmm. And it's perfect. This is a perfectly wonderful
Formulant.
pale ale, extra
Nice.
special bitter. It's a beautiful beer that I highly recommend.
And it doesn't have that horrible over hopping.
Mm-hmm.
It's very mellow.
It's not overdone. You can drink a few of these. No, I wouldn't drink too many because there's a lot of malt in here. It's not a light beer, but it's very easy to drink. Yeah, I wish I had another one of these right now. I'm kind of sad that I just have the one bottle. I'll have to find something else in the refrigerator to drink. Or maybe go over to the liquor cabinet here and pull some whiskey out. Life's a struggle.
Some mellow corn, maybe.
There's some mellow corn. Life's hard here tonight. You know, we're gonna be 100 degrees in 2 days.
So
We're gonna die. We're all
doing
going
our
to
living
die.
now.
It's been nice knowing you. This could be the last show. We could die in a heat wave
We've
in
also got
Columbus.
limes. We could have.
We have limes. I could make a caipirinha,
So
and I
might
could
save
because
it
I
for
got
the heat.
I also got a proper cocktail shaker, which is a lot of fun. But that's enough of this week. Cheers, and again, the beer we chose, Fuller's E.S.B. It's available in your finer shops. You can find it around. It's not hard to find, and it's a fine beer. So until next time, this is me signing off for What I'm Drinking. Have a good evening.